Welcome back to part 2 of my Android Journey Journal, part 2 of 2. Last week we talked about things I miss about using an iPhone as my daily phone. This week we will be talking about 12 things that I love about the Pixel and about Android. Number 1, USB-C. I love having USB-C at the bottom instead of Lightning. Don't really like Lightning. USB-C is great. I can plug in the dongles from my laptop and plug in an HDMI and all sorts of things. Chargers that I have for my laptop also work for this. It's great having one charger for everything. Next up, sideloading. I love sideloading apps. I have apps such as Cinema, which I have on my TV, and now I have on my phone. I can pretty much just download any app off the internet. It might be janky, but I do enjoy being able to do that. iPhones, you can do that, but it's a bit harder, and there aren't as many apps. Next up, Apple Music is better. It fades between songs. I really like that feature. It has a better home screen widget that you can pause, play, interactive home screen widget. Apple Music is better on Android. And I want them to bring Apple Music from Android to iPhone. Like, you're Apple. Why don't you do that? Why is it better, or why are at least a few things better on Android than on your own phones? What gives? Now, one thing I don't like about Apple Music is there is no dark mode. It does not respect dark mode. But I do like that even though I'm on an Android phone, I can still use Shazam. And it still connects to my Apple Music. A little bit more jankily, but it does connect to my Apple Music. A more organized Photos app. I really like that I have things that I took with my camera, screenshots, things that I saved from Reddit, things that I saved from Twitter, things that I saved from every different app, even different websites where I saved them from. The organization of the Photos app is just better in a lot of ways. Also, the Magic Eraser in the Photos app is great to be able to erase things out of pictures. It's a bit janky sometimes, and it's probably not the kind of thing that Apple would add. Another thing that I like about the Pixel, and this is true with the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 7, all of them, 6a, Pro, the Visor. I really like the Visor. Rather than rocking on a table, it's kind of angled more towards me on a table. It sits nicely on a table. I think Apple should add the Visor to the iPhone. They won't, because it would be straight up copying Google, but I think they should. The way it organizes my messages. If I go to messages here, I can turn it on personal, and then it's all the personal messages. If I scroll down and I'm going to talk to this person, I'm going to type something, but then, I'm going to go back and do something else. Now that draft is moved to the top. It's moved to the top, and I can go back to editing that draft and sending the text. If someone has texted me a few days ago, it's like, hey, this person texted you a few days ago. Are you going to respond? I don't think there's a way to say, no, I'm not going to respond. I kind of wish there was a way to say, no, I'm not going to respond, like put it away. But yeah, having the reminder to respond when I open the app is nice. Having business section where I can just see all of the different things where companies have sent me things, that's nice. I don't know why Cash App is categorized as personal and not business, but it's the only one that it messed up on. I really like those features. It brings drafts to the top, it brings messages I have yet to respond to the top, and then it organizes personal from business. That's really nice. When I do a voice recording, it transcribes it. Now, I did this when I went to see Avatar: Way of Water. I had to go to the bathroom, and so I pulled out my phone and I hit record. I set my phone down so that it could hear the movie. And then when I came back from the bathroom, I was able to pick up my phone, take a look at the transcription, and see what had been said in the movie in my absence. And no, this is not illegal because I'm not selling the audio or distributing it at all, and I'm not making any money off of it, and I deleted the audio when I was done. So definitely not illegal for me to have done that, but it is very nice to be able to, and I can tap on the word to scrub. See, when I scrub, it shows which word is being said at that time. That's just a super cool feature that this has. Just transcribing and audio recording. I love that when an alarm is going off, I can just say the word stop and the alarm stops. That's very nice. I wish I could also say snooze, but that's not an option. Stop. See? Isn't that nice? It just stopped. That is super cool that the alarm starts going off and it starts listening for the word stop, and when I say it, it does it. I love having overlay apps. Now I have this dynamic spot up here. Now iPhone of course does that, but I can have it on my Android phone and I can't have it on my iPhone 13. So iPhone does that is not an argument here when I have the option between an Android and an iPhone 13 Pro Max. So overlay apps is cool, being able to have the dynamic spot, a fake dynamic island. It just notifications pop up there, alarms, music pops up there. If I have music playing, it just pops up there. As well as I can Google the score of any sports game and pin it to the screen. And I can just keep it on one of the edges of the screen and always know the score of that sports game without having to watch the game or keep Googling it. On my iPhone, if I'm wanting to know the score of the general what's going on in a game, a football game or whatever, I keep Googling it. And on this, I can Google it once and pin the score, and I can keep looking back. And that's a super cool feature. Pixels, as well as other Androids. Swipe back from the right is just more ergonomic than reaching across. You can reach across and do iPhone style back, but you can just like go back through all the things you've done. You can get rid of the keyboard by swiping from that side. It's super nice being able to swipe from the side and go back from the right side, not have to reach all the way across the phone. It's just a bit more ergonomic to just boop, boop. That is a feature that I really love on this, and I hate not having it when I switch back to iPhone. Rotating the home screen. Now, last week I said that I hate the auto rotate thing, how it doesn't always work too well, but auto rotate is turned off, but when I rotate, it gives me the option to still rotate. If I tap that, I can rotate my home screen, turn it sideways. Now, some of the widgets don't look too good, and that's why Apple hasn't done it. I do have a solution for that, but I don't think they'll ever do that. It doesn't look the best, but it's nice being able to rotate the home screen, because if I have this mounted in my car and I'm listening to something, watching a video, I'm not watching the video while I'm driving, but I have the video that I can look over at. If it's a video podcast, they say, here, look at this. I can look at it and just glance over. And if I need to go home and do something else, I can use the whole phone sideways. And that is a very cool feature that I wish Apple hadn't removed. It's actually a feature that is still available on the iPhone Pluses that have home buttons. You can still rotate the screen on the home screen if you don't use widgets. Anyway, that is about all I have for you. I'm really enjoying the Pixel phone, using it day in and day out, and I might switch to it completely. I have until March to decide whether or not I'm keeping this phone. I probably will keep it because the reason I got an Android phone was to be better able to help people that have Android phones. A lot of the people I work with have older Android phones or cheaper Android phones, and I want to be able to know how it all works, have used one in my day-to-day life for a long period of time to be able to help people that have Androids with their Android issues. I can currently help you with whatever you want to do on an iPhone, and I want to be able to do that with an Android phone. And so the main reason I am switching to Android is to be more accustomed to this very common platform so that I can help people that have Android devices. It is the reason I use a PC. I much prefer Mac OS to Windows, but I use Windows so that I can know how it works to be able to help people with their Windows related issues. So I can help people with Mac OS related issues, Windows, iPhone, Android, whatever you got, I can help you. That is the reason I am using an Android right now. People want me to switch back, and I'm not getting rid of my iPhone 13 Pro Max, and probably when the time comes to upgrade it through my carrier, I will upgrade it to the iPhone 15. I'm not going to upgrade it to an expensive Android device. That's about all I have for you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below your thoughts on this video. Do you have an Android phone? Do you have an iPhone? Which do you like better? Have you used both? Later.